10 minutes lang. Oh, naka-live ako niya. Hmm? Okay. Hello, welcome to my vlog. This is chicken adobo. It's Filipino style chicken with onions and soy sauce and with lots of garlic and spicy ground pepper or oregano, and you can make it more spicy if you want. It's up to your taste, and it's very easy to make. You just cut your chicken into slices, bite size or bigger slices, and then you fry it with the onions, garlic, and lots of pepper. If you want it to be more spicy, put the chili peppers with it, simmering and cooking it. And this is very good with rice or with bread or whichever uh, you want to eat it with. You can put more soup if you want or less soup if you want it to be a little bit dry. It will also work. With the soy sauce, you mix some vinegar if you want. It depends on you. You don't have to put vinegar. Some people do. I just put a little bit of vinegar with the soy sauce. And when you simmer your chicken, make sure that all the pieces are cooked for a few minutes and it becomes tender and it's yummy. If you want to put red bell peppers or green bell peppers, it's up to you. Or you can put also some tomatoes if you want that taste. And you can make it with lots of soy sauce, like 2-3 tablespoons of soy sauce, or without any soy sauce if you want. It would still be good. But the main concept of cooking it is just stir fry, and it takes only a few minutes and your lunch is ready. Make sure you already have your steamed rice in your rice cooker. And there are days when you really like to eat this. When it is a lazy day for moms, for wives, or even for single people, this is easy to make. I'd rather use the whole chicken, which I cut into pieces, than, sometimes you can buy the all thighs, all wings chicken from the market, or just all necks, whatever part of the chicken is you like to buy. But for this one, I put some spare ribs. This is a spare rib right here. I put some pieces of spare rib from pork, and that makes it even tastier. And some people don't like liver, chicken liver, but in our house we do. So I put some of those chicken livers with this. But you don't have to. It will still be tasty. But put some bay leaves. Before I forget to tell you, use some bay leaves like this that you can buy from the market. Maybe 3 or 4 pieces of that. It gives it a great aroma. And some of those whole peppercorns, you could use that. And if you want to modify this dish, you could use tomato sauce or tomato paste with it. For some people that are more of Italian style of cooking, you could make this red with a little bit of tomato paste. And it's good with pasta or with rigatoni or those penne, penne pasta, and you boil it with it, or you can boil the pasta separately and then drain the water. But regardless of how you cook it, it would still come out good as long as you make sure you fry them first in oil, in a little bit of oil, canola oil, or you fry first the chicken, the onions, and garlic in canola oil. Don't boil it right away together because, well, that is not as flavorful as this one, which you used to fry it with a little bit of oil. No matter what you cook, even if it's noodles, pancit, adobo, the Filipino dishes that you like, or if you're Cuban or Spanish, Mexican, always fry first your protein, your meat with your garlic and onions, and it will taste so much better. And sometimes even the bone is so tasty to not to eat, but it makes your soup tastier. And if you are trying to budget your money, one whole chicken is like $5. Here in the States, it's like more or less like $5 or $6 for the whole chicken, and you cut it into four equal parts or two parts, and you're only using $2.50 chicken. And these spices are not even expensive. You can buy like a whole bottle of the spices for maybe just $1.99. And I'll show you what kind of spices I buy. From the store, this kind, you can use the garlic powder if you like to use powder. Sometimes garlic is so expensive. Or it could be ground pepper, it could be onion powder, whichever you want. That's just a tip for those people that are trying to save some extra money so you could use that money for travel, for vacation, or for buying new clothes or whatever you need. Instead of using all your money like $500 for groceries for one person, that is just so shocking. Like this one guy that I was talking to, like I told you before, if you were here in my channel before, he said he spends $500 a month for groceries, and I said, "What? Are you eating steak every day? What are you just eating for that amount of money? That's enough money to pay for a car. $500 for a car is a brand new car, a brand new car, not just for food." So next time I'm gonna show you how to cook the pasta, lasagna, or the rigatoni pasta, like sort of baked with cheese on top and lots of onions and bell peppers with it, and it's also tasty. And believe me, there are so many ways to feed yourself if you're alone without breaking the bank, like I said. You don't have to spend so much money for food, and you can just buy like a sack of 5-pound rice from the market if you like rice. And those are like $3.99 for a bag, and it's 5 pounds, and you probably will eat that for two weeks or 3 weeks. It's up to you, whatever amount of rice you eat, maybe a cup, 2 cups per meal. And with this kind of adobo with soy sauce and with vinegar or cider vinegar, whichever vinegar you want to use, you're gonna eat more rice. You're gonna eat more rice because rice with this kind of meal, like you scoop your rice in your bowl, and then on top of that bowl, you put this adobo on top, and just with the sauce and the onions and everything that you like. Well, it really depends on what you like to eat. And then before you know it, you're eating and you're finishing your rice, and you still have a lot of chicken left. But it's up to you. If you can smell this right now, like I'm smelling it, oh man, it's so good. The pepper, the ground pepper smells so good on the onions and the garlic when they're together. And I didn't put a lot of soup in it, but in this copper pot that I used, it would evaporate a little bit the soup that you use. But if you're Filipino, if you're Asian, if you're Japanese, Chinese, or if you're Mexican, Spanish, Latino, This is good for your taste buds. Believe me, for Caucasian people, they also like this if they're used to the international tastes all over the world. And yeah, it is fuzzy. I'm so sorry because of the smoke. Like, I'm cooking it right now, and if I turn it off, it's not gonna cook the right way. Sorry. I know it's not clear because of this smoke that's going up from the stove to my phone. Sorry about that. But today, this is one of those things that you could cook so easy. Take you like 20 or minutes or less. And then you have food for dinner and you have food for lunch. It's up to you how much chicken you want to use or how much food you want to use. And if you have a taste bud that is really, really spicy type, then just put like cumin with it or more pepper, ground pepper, and those little red peppers that you use. I'll show you which is the spicy kind. This kind. That kind, cut it into small pieces and you will have a really spicy adobo. This other one that I made was just, I'll show you. The other one that I cooked was just this. It is spare ribs with tamarind soup. Some people are familiar with tamarind soup. And this is how it looks like. You put some broccoli and tomato. And this kind of soup is also good with rice, and it's a little bit sour because of the tamarind. Some people are not aware what a tamarind is, but for us, people from India, people from Korea, Vietnam, Philippines, because I'm originally from Philippines, you know how that tastes like. So back to my adobo, it's almost done. And at this point, I'm gonna say bye to you guys, and I hope you learned something today. And you could use, if you don't like to use chicken, you could use pork chops, you could use spare ribs, you could use beef, the beef that is soft, and cook it like this with the soy sauce and lots of garlic and onions, and you will be successful. Just be careful not to eat the whole rice, the whole bowl of rice with just one eating. I mean, because this is very tempting to eat with rice. So have a good day, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. And I will show you what I will be cooking tomorrow. But right now, I showed you the tamarind soup with spare ribs. And oh, hi guys. Hi Erin Cubillas from Lima, Peru. Oh, this is something that you guys can cook too. Chicken with soy sauce and bulgogi black. I don't think if you're there still. And azul terian. This food is good for all kinds internationally. And believe me, if you tried it from a Filipino household, from a Filipino friend, and the mom always cooks a lot of pancit, noodles, and adobo, I'm sure you've tried this. And it's so smells so good. Your neighbor may ask you, what are you cooking today? I could smell it. But being a mom and being a wife, you have to be good with money. And this is one way you can save lots of money for groceries. Don't be spending so much money in buying the store, because guess what? You got other things to pay for, not just food. So have a good one, guys, and I hope you try this sometime. And if you want to use the chicken that's already cut, you could do that, as long as you fry it a little bit and make it like brown. And then you start putting all your salt, spices, and your onions and garlic, which was with already the chicken that you're boiling. So that's gonna smell so good. And the bay leaves that I showed you, some people call it laurel leaves, but back home we call it bay leaves. Okay, have a good one. Bye bye. See you then. Thank you for watching, and tell your friends about my channel if they want to learn how to cook.